Hello and welcome to the Premier League Invitational. I'm Adam Smith and I'll be with you alongside Joe Tomlinson and Harry Panero. We're going to find out who is the best FIFA 20 player in the Premier League. We're on day 2 going into game 3. And Joe, we have been spoilt with goals in this tournament so far.
Yeah, that's an understatement, I think, Smithy. The last game obviously saw another 6 goals as Trent Alexander-Arnold hammered Tom Grennan. 5-1 Liverpool beating Manchester United. And of course, we saw earlier in the day, didn't we? Manchester City 5-4 against Crystal Palace. But just a reminder for everybody watching at home to stay at home and save lives. The prize fund from this Premier League Invitational tournament will be donated to the Players Together initiative. So that's great to see. Should we just have a quick reminder of who we're about to see then? We've got coming up for you Reece James of Chelsea taking on Everton's André Gomes next. And then after that will be Tottenham, represented by Moussa Sissoko, taking on Newcastle's Christian Atsu, Smithy. For people that are just joining the stream, maybe they missed the first couple of games, do you want to have a quick explainer of how the rules are going to work?
Yeah, these are the all-important rules that you need to understand about the tournament. The EPL Invitational is a knockout tournament. Quite simply, you lose one game, you are out. Each round consists of just one single match. Every Premier League club is represented by either a player from their squad or a celebrity fan. Each game consists of 2 6-minute halves. In the event of a draw, a golden goal will be used to determine a winner, and every Premier League squad will be 85 rated in kick-off mode as we look to find out who is the ultimate FIFA 20 player, Joe.
Yeah, we can see the draw here on the left-hand side. You can see today's fixtures. Manchester United obviously crashing out against Liverpool. Tottenham Newcastle will follow this game. Right now, though, we've got Chelsea against Everton, and the winner of this will go on to face Raheem Sterling, who beat Wilfried Zaha earlier in the day. Tomorrow, we'll see Wolves against Leicester. Then we'll see tournament favourite Todd Cantwell, who's been at home training, go up against Reece James of Sheffield United before we finish with Brighton, Bournemouth and Arsenal, Burnley, Smithy.
Yes, so that is the draw. Hopefully that all makes complete sense. It's a very, very exciting format. As we say, one game that you lose and you are out. And it's meant that we've seen so many goals, so much action and real competitive spirit from our players. I'm delighted to say our 2 players playing this match, or about to play this match, shall I say, are joining us now. First up, Reece James. Reece, it's Smithy here. Hopefully you can hear me. And how much are you looking forward to representing Chelsea in this tournament?
No, it's obviously a difficult time for everyone at the moment. And obviously, I hope this will keep everyone occupied and entertained for the time being, and hopefully I can get the win.
Yeah, well said. A lot of Chelsea fans very excited that you're going to be representing them. A lot of excitement about you as a young player, of course, on the football pitch. It's been a great season for you personally. What do you like at FIFA?
No, I wouldn't say I'm the best, but I wouldn't say I'm the worst.
Somewhere in the middle. Okay, and what do you know about your opponent on FIFA? Do you know anything about your opponent today on FIFA?
No, I don't know anything about him on FIFA.
Okay, it should be a very tough game to call, this one, Joe. We said this in a previous stream. This is a tough match to call. Interesting hearing the thoughts of Reece there.
Yeah, indeed. And André, I believe you joined us as well. Can you hear me okay? André, how do you rate yourself as a FIFA player then? We just heard from Reece. How do you stack up in the Everton squad?
Well, I would say I'm so-so. I'm not a brilliant player, but I can do something. So I expect to win today.
So you say you expect to win. How seriously are you going to be taking this tournament?
Obviously, it's for a good cause. But at the end, we want to compete. So
I spot the gaming chair behind you as well. You must be taking this quite seriously. I think you might be taking it as a dark horse here, André.
No, just be honest. Sometimes I play with friends online, so I'm not a brilliant player, but I want to enjoy.
There we have it then, Smithy. We've got 2 very, very good players, I reckon, on our hands today.
Yeah, Joe, this is interesting, this one. Very tight one to call. Both sort of not bigging themselves up too much, but not playing down their chances either. So it'll be interesting to see how this one unfolds. Guys, before we get into it, I'm just going to test your knowledge. Very quick quiz. So this is how it's going to work. Reece, I'm going to ask you 3 questions first. about your knowledge of FIFA 20.
Yep.
Then, Andre, I'm going to come to you and ask you 3 questions just to see who knows more about the game. So, Reece, first up, your first question. I'm going to put you head-to-head against André Gomes, both known for your versatility, of course, but I want to know who is better at defending according to FIFA 20 out of Reece James and André Gomes.
I'll probably go myself, but
It's very, very close. Both score very well. Reece James 70, André Gomes 73. So Andre takes that. So it is incorrect, unfortunately, mate. Next up. I love how competitive this is getting already. Next up, who do you think is faster, Christian Pulisic or Theo Walcott?
Christian Pulisic.
Correct. Again, both very good scores. Theo Walcott 87, Christian Pulisic 90. So it's 1 out of 2 for you so far. Final question. Both Sigurdsson and Jorginho have 84 passing, but which one of them do you think has better long passing on FIFA 20?
Sigurdsson.
Sigurdsson 77, Jorginho 87. So incorrect. So that means you score 1 out of 3. Reece, 1 out of 3. A bit disappointed with that?
It's a poor start. Yeah, poor start.
Okay, Andre, we'll come to you. You're a strong player, of course, but we want to know who is stronger, Chelsea's Kurt Zouma or Yerry Mina, according to FIFA 20?
That's hard.
Sorry.
I play with both, so I would say Mina, Yerry.
It's a tough question. It is close. Mina 88, but you're wrong. Zouma 92. So Kurt Zouma takes that. Yeah, there we go. Right, okay, next up, we want to know who has the better passing stat, Gomes or Pedro?
Good question. I would say me.
You are correct. Pedro 77, Gomes 78. Tough questions these, not a lot in it. So it means it is 1 out of 2. One more question remaining. If you get this right, you win the quiz. If you get it wrong, it's a draw and we go straight into the game. So there's no sudden death. So it's all on this question. All I want to know is who has the better shooting stat, Richarlison or Tammy Abraham?
Richarlison.
Tammy Abraham 74. Richarlison 77. Andre, you are the winner of the quiz. Congratulations. It's a good little psychological edge there. Do you take a lot going into the game there that you've got one up on your teammate, your opposing player already?
Well, I don't know what to expect. So he doesn't know me. I don't know him. Hard to answer.
Reece, are you a bit gutted with that first blow to the opponent?
Yeah, a little bit.
Fair play. Okay, so that was the quiz. We're almost ready to go. Harry, let's bring Harry Panera in, of course, is with us throughout this tournament, and an early psychological edge, slightly. We know it's only a bit of fun, but André Gomes has taken that one, mate.
Yeah. I'm very confident with Andre. I've seen that gamer chair, and we've seen from previous games, players with a gamer chairs usually do really well, apart from obviously Ryan Frederick. But I'm very confident with Andre. I feel like he's got something going on under him. But the Chelsea fans are absolutely going mental for Reece right now. So let's see if Reece can do Chelsea proud. I can't wait for this game to start, like all the games, to be honest. But I'm really, really intrigued by this one because these are the so-called underdogs, Joe.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be a tough game for either of these two sides at the quarter-final stage. Obviously, they're going to have to get past Raheem Sterling, who we watched play FIFA earlier and was very, very good at the game. So the winner of this will play him in the next round, Smithy. And then if they progress past that, they could well have to face Trent Alexander-Arnold, who, of course, dispatched of Tom Grennan 5-1 as well. So this side of the draw is really hotting up.
It's really open, this side of the draw, Joe, actually. Looking at it in front of me, and it's very tough to call. I think this is going to be a really interesting match. I think we've all managed to call or get most results right so far. I suppose Wilfried Zaha is the big shock in terms of players that we knew had good FIFA ability that are out. But a lot of the other games we did call. But I think this is a really tough one to call. And I think we are ready to go. So the players, if they can hear me, can you start the game? Because we are moments away. Here we go. We're getting into it. It's Everton against Chelsea, Joe. And we spoke before. We've always asked for predictions. I can't call this one at all. What are your thoughts, Joe, going into it?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think both players were quite coy, weren't they? Both quietly confident, I would say, about their own FIFA ability. We've seen people across the other games obviously be playing in other tournaments. We've seen Trent play in other tournaments. We've seen Neil Mopay. We've spoken to him pre-season. But we haven't heard anything about Reece James or André Gomes' FIFA ability. So I'm excited to see this one get underway. André Gomes just doing nothing in the arena, just ready to go, focused on the task at hand, getting Chelsea out of the way so he can go on to play Raheem Sterling if he does win this one. I'm just hoping for goals, to be honest. We've seen 15 goals across the first 2 games today. We scored 23 goals across the 4 yesterday. So let's get it on. Let's see who comes out on top between Everton and Chelsea, Smithy.
Yeah, of course, these two sides have met twice in the Premier League this season. And it was 2 very famous games, actually. Chelsea winning 4-0 at Stamford Bridge against Everton. Both our contenders today, James and Gomez, played. And at Goodison Park, Everton beating Chelsea 3-1. That was a famous game as well. So goals galore in the Premier League and victories for both Everton and Chelsea. So 2 very famous games in the Premier League this season. That have gone either way, and it's again one that we can't call. Interestingly, Reece James, who so many Chelsea fans are very excited about. There's so many young, exciting Chelsea players that Frank Lampard and Jody Morris have brought through into the first team, and Reece James is one that a lot of fans are very excited about. Interesting, doing a bit of research, saying that he said his toughest opponent in the Premier League was Raheem Sterling when he came up against him. So it'll be interesting to see if Reece James will come up against Raheem Sterling in this FIFA tournament and whether or not he'll be a tough opponent as well, because just to reiterate, if Reece wins this game, he will play Raheem Sterling in the next round.
Yeah, really exciting stuff. André Gomes playing really well so far, though. Much control of the ball, and he goes 1-0 up. It is a great start from André Gomes, and Calvert-Lewin gets the goal. Talk us through that one, André.
Don't put pressure on me.
Just trying to stay focused at the moment. You can tell both players are really concentrating. Everton going 1-0 up here. And as we said pre-game, Harry, we think André Gomes might be a little bit of a dark horse.
Definitely. I saw the chair and it just clicked in my head. I knew this guy was a very, very, very serious FIFA player. And I think it's always good to score first. It gives you more of a better chance to be more relaxed with your approach rather than being a bit tentative. But like I said, Reece James has been touted as a Chelsea legend on FIFA. So let's see how he does. It's still early days, but Joe, it's a great start from André.
Yeah, great start from André. We're going to see some fantastic games over the next few days as well. Just a reminder that the game following this will see Moussa Sissoko take on Christian Atsu. And if you tune in tomorrow, you'll be able to see Diogo Jota playing Wilfred Ndidi, Todd Cantwell, the tournament favourite, who's been putting on his social media how much he's been practicing and how much he's looking forward to it. He'll be playing Lys Mousset of Sheffield United. And then you'll get to see the players you've already seen once play again. And they're in Everton, though. André Gomes makes it 2-0. We have a serious FIFA player on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. What a goal, Harry.
André Gomes, the dark horse. André, what is going on in your mind right now? Is the game done?
Nothing really, to be honest. It's too early. Anything can happen.
So, Reece, what has to change in the first half for you to get back into this game?
No, nothing. I'm still warming up.
Oh, he's still warming, he said. He's still warming,
I
John.
like that.
It's not done.
Yeah, it's definitely not done. This game has started at frantic pace. We've seen so many goals across fixtures so far, and this is not disappointing. So far, André Gomes is sweeping forward. There's another chance for André Gomes, and a good save by Kepa in the sticks. That was a crucial moment in this game. 3-0 after 20 minutes could well have been done and dusted, but it isn't. And at the moment, Reece James stays in the game. Of course, the winner of this will take on Raheem Sterling at the quarter-final stage. All to play for, Smithy.
Yeah, all to play for. It's been a very, very good start for André Gomes. Very impressed with him there. I feel like we've underestimated him in this tournament, 2-0. But also worth pointing out, Reece James, probably the perfect person to represent Chelsea. He's quite simply Chelsea through and through. Joined Chelsea at the age of 6. Won so much in that youth team setup that Jody Morris was involved in. And we saw them win so many trophies and finally got his debut at such a young age in the Premier League alongside so many other young players that Frank Lampard has given game time to. And it's been a very, very exciting time for Reece James for Chelsea, but there's another chance. Oh, it's dragged wide. Wow, could that be a big miss in the game, Joe? That could have been 3-0, and that would have been very hard for Reece to come back to, but it has been dragged wide.
Yeah, it could have been 4-0 after 25 minutes. We obviously saw that big save from Kepa just minutes earlier, and then André missing a fantastic one-on-one chance with Bernard. I mean, those sort of chances have to hit the back of the net, I feel, in the later stages of this tournament in particular. But at the moment, 2-0 up, looking fairly comfortable. Reece just looking to warm into the game. It's very different to a lot of the modes that players are used to. A lot of players play Ultimate Team. This is obviously 85 rated kickoff mode, so slightly different in terms of technique. Everybody starts on an even playing field. And at the moment, Everton are just sweeping forward in numbers. Reece is just struggling to contain these attacks from André Gomes. But there we see a better bit of defending, Harry.
Better bit of defending. I feel like Andre's kind of playing how he plays in the real life. It's very elegant and controlled. He seems to be knowing what he's doing right now. But as you already know, anything can happen. I feel like Reece is slowly getting into the game now. So who knows what could happen in the second half. But it's been a great first half from André.
Yeah, been a brilliant first half just after the half an hour mark. And he's sweeping forward again, André Gomes. Really looking to use the pace of Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Theo Walcott on the counter-attack against this Chelsea backline. And Smithy, you know, we've seen some top players playing already, and over the next few days we've got plenty more to come, haven't we?
Got some big games kind of after this, of course. Fourth and final game from day 2. We'll see Spurs against Newcastle, Moussa Sissoko against Christian Atsu. Another story there. Of course, Moussa Sissoko representing Spurs, playing against his former club. There's another chance. Oh, it's a good save. And then tomorrow, Joe, we've got just so many big players playing. Diogo Jota, I don't feel like we've spoken to him about him enough. David Myler, I spoke to him in the week, and he's, of course, a former Premier League player and an avid FIFA player, and he knows a lot of the players. And he said Neil Maupay and Diogo Jota are two of the best players that he knows at the game of FIFA. Philip Billing, of course, will go up against Neil Maupay. That's going to be a very tough game for both. So there's so many exciting players. And I haven't even mentioned Todd Cantwell as well. So it's very tough to call. And all of this is encouraging you all to stay at home, save lives. Fantastic cause. And also, we're hoping that it's keeping you entertained throughout this period of isolation. And this game, Joe, like all the ones we've seen so far, hasn't disappointed yet.
Yeah, exactly. We've got 3 minutes to go until half-time. Reece is on the attack here, looking to get one back before the half-time whistle. He isn't able to, and now André Gomes can break out. André, of course, shaved his head in self-isolation. I might have to be considering that myself soon as well. I've seen a lot of players do it, and here he is. André Gomes, sweaty goal. 3-0, right on half-time. Reece, are you happy that André has sweated that in?
To be fair, it is what it is. I would have done the same thing.
Very calm and composed there. We saw Raheem Sterling and Will Sarkard not tapping each other for sweating earlier. But having said that, 3-0 going into the half-time period. Everton look pretty comfortable here. André Gomes, we said it pre-game. He's got the gaming chair. Maybe we should have talked about him more, Harry. What are the people saying?
Yes, we've got a question for Reece James. Who is the best player you've played outside of your club on FIFA?
Yeah, it probably is, to be fair.
Probably André Gomes.
Yeah.
And André, a quick question for you. How do you reckon you look on FIFA? Is it accurate?
Well, it's hard to say because I never play with myself. So, to be honest,
Why not?
I don't know my stats.
So who's your go-to team on FIFA then?
Well, I play a lot with Everton, with Barcelona, with Valencia, basically the teams that I played before. But honestly, I never play with myself, so I can't answer you, to be honest.
All right, no worries. Well, guys, when you're ready, you can start the second half. Smithy, what are you expecting from this half?
I'll tell you what, it's not disappointing, has it, Harry? It's been a great first half. As I say, the players are ready to start the second half. I think we're going to see more goals. We've been so fortunate in seeing so many goals. in this second half. Be interesting to see if there's any tactical changes. Doesn't look like there are. And Reece James needs a big performance because he's 3-0 down. André Gomes. Don't forget as well, we've only had one clean sheet in the whole tournament, and that was Philip Billing. So will we see another clean sheet, or will we see Reece James start this second half a lot stronger as he looks to make a substitution? Barclay Jorginho is the substitution that's being made. Will that have a difference, Joe?
Well, at the moment it doesn't look like it, because Everton are sweeping forward and they're going to score again. Are they? No, yes they are. The tap-in, 4-0 to Everton. They are running away with this. We saw Raheem Sterling beat Zaha 5-4, Trent beat Tom 5-1, and now André Gomes putting down a yardstick in terms of his ability on FIFA, Harry.
Yeah, it's been a very, very, very clinical performance from André. He's absolutely taken every chance that he's needed to. I think he was being a bit humble on purpose, just to make sure he can wow everyone, and he's wowed us with 4 goals. Amazing, Joe.
Yeah, we can see Reece has got about 6 inches closer to the screen when that 4th goal has gone in. Concentration mode going in for Reece James. Obviously, as Smithy alluded to earlier, we've only seen 1 clean sheet so far. That was from Philip Billing in that 4-0 demolition of Angus Gunn. But goals galore this tournament has been, really. André Gomes is in again. It's going to be a 5th. It is a 5th. This is a masterful performance so far, André.
Thanks.
You're very modest, André, I have to say. So far, having watched a lot of the FIFA players, you're one of the best we've seen.
Well, I'm just trying to enjoy it, trying to do the same thing that I do on the pitch. So at least I'm trying to be as much real as possible.
So there we go, Smithy. 5-0 at the 50-minute mark. This one's getting a bit ugly, isn't it, Smithy?
5-0. I mean, let's be honest, none of us saw this. None of the fans saw this coming this one-sided. We didn't know a great deal about either player. We thought this would be very competitive. It did start quite close, but recently André Gomes just taken complete control of this game. 56 minutes on the clock. Everton 5, Chelsea 0. And there's another chance, and it's 6-0, Joe. André Gomes with the 6th goal of the game. What a strike that is. André, is this the perfect performance from yourself?
Well, I think for now the things are going well, so maybe yes.
I think you took yourself down. I think you might be one of the favourites for the tournament, André, watching you play here.
No, honestly,
I love how modest he is, Joe.
The base of playing is try to make as much real as possible. So the idea is...
Yeah, I think that's really interesting as well, though. We're hearing André talk about how he's trying to make it feel as real as possible, how he's trying to make it as close to the game he usually plays as possible. And it's clearly working. It's going to be 7 here. This is a fantastic performance from André Gomes. Potentially the best we've seen so far this tournament. We are talking about Neil Maupay and his ability. Reece James, talk to us. What's gone wrong here?
To be fair, he's a great player. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, I totally agree. This is one of the better players we've seen so far in this tournament, isn't it, Harry?
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I think with André Gomes, he knew what he wanted to do from the start, and he's implemented that with the way he's played. It's been a very, very, very strong performance. It's not easy to play against a player with a gamer chair and headphones, so it's been a tough game for Reece, but André Gomes has been miles away for me.
Yeah, one of the best players we've seen so far in this EPL invitation. Of course, a long way to go. There's lots expected, but it could... Great go towards the camera there when that one hit the back of the net. It looks like you're going to be facing Raheem Sterling next, André, if you do go through. Are you feeling confident about that one, having this game under your belt?
Well, I didn't saw the game from Zaha and Sterling, but you never know. It's like anything can happen, especially on FIFA. I scored 8 goals, maybe they can score 8 as well.
So 8 goals so far and still trying to keep a clean sheet. This is an incredible performance, Smithy.
Joe, do you know what is fascinating about how this draw is unfolding is that we've looked at the other side of the draw and saying how many strong competitors. The other side of the draw, don't forget, has got Todd Cantwell in it. It's got Diogo Jota. It's got Neil Maupay, Philip Billing, Dwight McNeil. We looked at the other side of the draw and thought this is the harder side of the draw. But I think we're doing a disservice to everyone in the left-hand side of it because this has got André Gomes, who's currently winning 8-0. It's also got Trent Alexander-Arnold and Raheem Sterling. So this is so tough to call. And looking at the potential fixtures that are opening up, we're going to see André Gomes next against Raheem Sterling. I mean, that is going to be so tough to call. We've got a potential Merseyside derby later on as well. Liverpool, Everton in the same half of the draw. There's so many exciting fixtures. And that's not even mentioning Spurs Newcastle, Moussa Sissoko and Christian Atsu, who we haven't seen play yet, and that is our next game. So, Joe, don't ask me to make any predictions, mate, because this is tough. I can't call it.
Yeah, this is a phenomenal performance from André Gomes. Of course, if you missed it earlier, we are playing an 85 rated kickoff mode, so everybody is equal in terms of attributes. André Gomes here looking to make it 9. Went for the sweaty route, probably should have shot, and it wasn't to be. We're also looking for our second clean sheet, only our second clean sheet in 7 games. Of course, Philip Billing picked up the first, and at the moment it looks like André Gomes will pick up the second. We nearly saw one, of course, from Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Tom Grennan managed to get a last-minute goal with Anthony Martial when he lost 5-1. So still a little bit of time left to get a goal back for Reece James. But at the moment, this is one of the most commanding performances we've seen so far in the tournament. And like you said, Smithy, this side of the draw, maybe we just haven't spoken about it enough, Harry.
Yeah, we haven't. I think underdogs are being, undervalued. So we need to put some respect on their name. And clearly, André Gomes has shown why we need to. Very strong performances. I think what's happened is we've looked at the football players and we haven't looked at players who haven't actually been out there on social media saying they're the best. And André Gomes actually now has the chance to do that now. This is an outstanding performance, Joe.
Yeah, brilliant performance so far. Coming up towards the last 5 minutes of this game. Of course, next up for you is Moussa Sissoko versus Christian Atsu, so stay tuned for that one. We've already seen Tom Grennan go out to Trent Alexander-Arnold today and Wilfried Zaha crash out in an epic 5-4 game against Raheem Sterling that really had it all. But right now, we are witnessing one of the performances of the tournament. André Gomes will be making Everton fans very, very happy right now in self-isolation as he is winning 8-0, Smithy.
Yeah, 8-0. You have heard it right. The graphic is correct. It is 8-0. That isn't a mistake from us. It's been absolute domination from André Gomes. Worth pointing out as well, of course, that the Premier League record is 9-0, the greatest margin of victory. Man United did that against Ipswich in 1995. And of course, this season, Leicester beating Southampton 9-0. That is the greatest margin of victory. If he gets 2 more goals, that'd be a record. He only needs 2 more goals for that. And he had a chance there. So 8-0. Obviously, of course, that is in Premier League and this is on FIFA, but it just goes to show how well André Gomes has played as we approach the last few seconds of the game, Joe.
Yeah, brilliant performance. One of the best we've seen. And there is the final whistle. Everton 8, Chelsea 0. Let's get some immediate reaction from the players. André, you must be delighted with that win.
Well, obviously, I'm quite happy. I enjoyed a lot. So I'm expecting the next one.
Reece, obviously, not the best result for you, but you played a serious player there, didn't you?
Yeah, no. Obviously, I think playing against him, he's probably the best player I've played so far, and he'll go on to do well in the tournament.
Do you actually wish that he does do well? Because then you can say, I actually lost to one of the best players in the tournament.
No, I do, because at the start of the game, he said, I'm okay, I play sometimes, and then he does this. It doesn't match up.
André, were you conning us all? Were you really an exceptional player?
No, honestly. When we have the normal routine, we just work out with the club, just going to the games. I never play FIFA, never. I didn't touch the PlayStation until maybe 1 week ago. So, yeah, I think I did some practice and that's it.
Reece, do you believe him there? He says he hasn't touched the PlayStation other than a week ago.
No, it's fair play to him. He's obviously... a very good player.
And then last question for you, really, Andre. You face Raheem Sterling in the next round. Do you think you can get through that?
Well, we don't know. We need to wait and see.
Yeah, maybe you should go back and watch Raheem Sterling's game. You might see some inside tips on just how he plays.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, guys. Cheers for joining us.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thanks.
Smithy, what a performance.
Amazing. What a game. I mean, big thanks to Reece James and to André Gomes there. But 8-0, emphatic victory for Everton. Evertonians watching this must be absolutely delighted. Must think that they must be one of the teams to beat now. Harry, what a game. We didn't see that coming, mate, did we?
I didn't, but I'm not shocked because I told you guys from earlier, I saw that gamer chair, then I saw the headphones, and anyone that's underplaying themselves usually ends up, showing us what he can really do. But he was absolutely amazing. Definitely one of my top 2 players tipped to win this tournament now. I think things have changed now after seeing that performance. But yeah, Smithy, he was absolutely class.
Joe, one thing I will say as well, very gracious in victory, Andre, and very gracious in defeat. But both players were, weren't they? Very honest and very modest.
Yeah, 100%. André Gomes obviously saying that he hasn't picked up the pad other than a week ago. I don't know whether or not I believe him fully there.
No,
but
true.
Sterling must be shaking in his boots a little bit. He conceded 4 goals against Wilfried Zaha. He's going to have to tighten up that back line against André Gomes because André Gomes was absolutely clinical. Scored with nearly every attack he put on there. I can't really remember a solid Reece James chance, to be honest with you, across the entire 90 minutes. One of the best displays we've seen, and certainly one of the favourites now to win the tournament, in my opinion, André Gomes Smith.
Yeah, Harry, would you make of the next game then? Because it's we've seen Raheem Sterling play very well. André Gomes flawless, really. Do you put André Gomes favourite now in that, having seen both of them play?
100%. He was genuinely relentless. I feel like every chance that was given to him or any open piece of play, he took it, and he looked like he could have scored every time. So for me, he's definitely in the top 2 category for winners of this competition. Obviously, it's too early to say that because we have got amazing matches soon to come. But for now, I'll say, yeah, André Gomes is one of my favourites to win this.
Joe, this is what makes the tournament so good, is the unknown quantity of certain players. We've seen some players, talk on social media about their ability. We've seen clips of them beating fellow players. We have seen other tournaments as well. But because of the nature of this tournament, the fact that it's all knockout, there's a lot of games that we really can't call. And it makes for a very exciting viewing experience because, let's be honest, I don't think anyone would have predicted that outcome in that game.
Yeah, totally agree. Had we not spoken to Neil Maupay earlier in the season and talked about his FIFA ability, we might have been saying the same things as we're saying now about André Gomes. We knew how good he was coming in, but there wasn't an awful lot made of that online. And I actually think the same could be said of our next game as well, Moussa Sissoko versus Christian Atsu. We haven't spoken about them at all. We don't know how good Moussa Sissoko is. We don't know how good Christian Atsu is. I'm buzzing for that one now.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point that we do not know. We can have a confirmation of where we're at in the tournament so far. We are spoiling you for goals, the viewers at home. Look at the amount of goals that you are witnessing in this tournament. The EPL Invitational. Man City 5, Crystal Palace 4, Wilfried Zaha out of the tournament. Many people's favourite to go very far in this tournament. He is out. We saw Trent Alexander-Arnold beating Tom Grennan of Man United. That was 5-1. And then André Gomes sailing through 8-0. In our last matchup. And the next match of today is our final last 16 match from today, of course, is Tottenham against Newcastle. And this is what it means for the draw. So we know all of our last 16 and we now know 3 of our quarter-finalists. Everton against Man City is one of our quarter-finalists. And of course, Liverpool will play the winner of Tottenham-Newcastle. So all on the left-hand side of the draw. And then tomorrow we'll commence the right-hand side of the quarter-finals. Don't ask us to predict who's going to win because we haven't got a clue. There's so many good players. Coming next, our 4th and final game of the day. Moussa Sissoko of Tottenham Hotspur against Christian Atsu of Newcastle United. So guys, quickly before we go, let's look ahead to this game. Moussa Sissoko, Christian Atsu. Harry, how do you see this one panning out?
It's another fun one because, like we have already said, we don't know how good these players are. So one thing we know is that there's going to be goals. So I'm just looking forward to a game of more goals. Hopefully some trash talk, or hopefully a serious game. I love it when it's serious as well, because that's when I know they really care about it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this game so far.
I think this might be another competitive one, Joe. What I've loved about this tournament is how serious the players are taking and how competitive it's been. We've seen some great celebrations. I think we might see more of the same in the next one.
Yeah, André Gomes, very calm and collected, like Harry said during commentary, kind of plays as he plays real football, very elegant, very calm. And I've just realised that a semi-final matchup could occur that will see a Merseyside derby, Everton versus Liverpool, which would be an epic. So I can't wait for the next game, Moussa Sissoko versus Christian Atsu, the winner of which will play Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, so that's all we've got time for this stream. We'll be back at 3:45, so not long. We'll be back again for our fourth and final game of the day. Tottenham against Newcastle. Moussa Sissoko against Christian Atsu. Just a reminder, please stay home, save lives. We'll be back very soon. Bye-bye.